Com. I'm Flash, and you are eating at the top table, commonly known as Serie A. I've got Tan and I've got Alex, and we are absolutely on fire. In fact, you are eating a la carte nouvelle cuisine. But first of all, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we can notify you. So instead of it being 9:30 or 10 o'clock Eastern, it's 10:30 Eastern, because we're all shifting around because of the Champions League, Europa League, MLB, NFL. So the schedules keeps changing to keep you on your toes. Also, if you press the link in the description, that will take you over to the articles where there's parlays, because they're greedy little monsters over there. They're not happy with your -110s. It's more like +340s. So get yourself over there, have a great read, and while you're there, have a little look at every other sport that we cover here on SBR. Gentlemen, Tan, I want to come to you, because that cleaning lady of yours that's giving you the picks, I would not sack her. In fact, I hope you get she gets a good Christmas bonus.
First of all, whenever I talk to you, you light up my face, absolutely. Secondly, I want to say...
There's a song there.
Mamma mia, not even Steven Spielberg could count on such effects. Secondly, I want to say hello to all my virtual boyfriends. Third, what can I say? as we are almost close to be back in lockdown, God say no, but I think it will happen. My cleaning lady can't come anymore to clean the house, but she's sending the betting tips via mobile. It's been perfect. It's always perfect. I mean, I guess it's perfect. You tell me.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, near enough as perfect. And we're going to have a look at the records in a minute. But first of all, Alex, everything seems to be going really well for us in Serie A.
Yes and no. I mean, it was a shocking week for me in terms of weekend in terms of betting. But things like that happen, and we will have many of them during the season. It's important that at the end of the season we are on profit, and that our lovely friends on the live chat and the ones who are watching us after we finish the show are also on profit, and they are enjoying the content that we are putting out here week in and week out. We had some Champions League. Today is also Europa League. But we are here to bring the weekend action. Some crazy results last week. Some of them, not all of them, of course. But yeah, we are here. Many value bets this weekend in Serie A.
All right, well, let's kick straight off then. Let's go with you, Tam. We're going to go... Oh, no, first of all...
No. Well, where are you going? We have to think...
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing.
We have to pick our little bags of coins first.
It's amazing, because when the records are not good, I want to shift over. So
yeah, but that hasn't happened yet, actually. So
exactly. Fabian,
it will happen.
Please. There you go, Alex at 0.55, which is nothing for the first 5 weeks. Tancredi up 9.59, or I'm going to put in the Tancredi's cleaning lady, Flash up at 5.15, so everything's gone bonkers. But look at Parlay. Parlay, he is really doing the business for us. In 4 weeks, we've had 3 parlays up out of 4. Total 20.07. Wow. There's a little bit of discrepancy there because we're using Flash's bookie. But listen, it's 20 units up as a team. So listen, it is just eating at the top table. Well, we want to add to that, and we're going to add to it, Tan, with Sassuolo at -115, draw +350, and Torino at +460.
That's, for me, is the banker already. We start, we start with the banker. That's, for me, is the banker of the week, because it is true that there is what Sassuolo must fear. It's only fear itself, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, if I'm not mistaken, would say, because from the position where they sit, second of the table, from the position where Torino is sinking, they really are struggling to come out from the start. They are still groggy as they were when they finished the season. Nothing is clicking yet. The only fear is that they could underestimate Torino. But honestly, this hasn't happened so far. It's something that Sassuolo has skipped well. and as always staying focused. And also, mind, last week they had all those players that were coming from the international break, and they were not accustomed with that. They were all coming from playing with Italy, not foreigners. Now they had a smooth whole week to work on that. Same as Torino, that again must find a kind of reaction. But considering that Sassuolo always is staying focused, and considering that the odds, in my opinion, are even quite good. It depends what you find, but they are shifting approximately 1.60 in European odds. Banker, absolutely banker.
Okay, well, listen, everyone in the chat, remember you're our third guest and you are knowledgeable. So we do invite you to give us a few of your bankers, your tips, your leans. But everyone here, Barsaman saying Sassuolo win and both teams to score at 280, which is plus 180. Andy's going Sassuolo over 1.5 goals in the second half. And Luffy's going Sassuolo -1, Alex. I've got, and I've already done this, Sassuolo just to win the second half.
To win the second half, interesting better. Yeah, I love this Sassuolo versus Torino. In fact, the banker of the week, my banker of the week, is coming from this game. I think it's a little bit of a trap here to take Sassuolo a straight win because the odds are not that good. Torino, yes, Torino are last in the standings, very poor. Let's say that also a little bit unlucky against Cagliari. They have Andrea Bellotti that is scoring for them. In fact, he's their only goal scorer this season. So the 4 goals that they scored in 3 matches, it was from Andrea Bellotti. On the other side, 4 goals only from Francesco Caputo, 3 from Berardi, 2 from Juricic. So from 13 goals, the deadly attacking trio of Sassuolo scored 9. Amazing comeback against Bologna from 3-1 down to score 3 goals in 13 minutes and win that absolutely crazy match. I think that still Sassuolo are the kind of the team like Atalanta 1.5 years ago. Going all in, but very shaky at the back. You know, brilliant firepower in the attack, but conceding goals. Torino are scoring, and they are showing us that they are scoring. With a little bit of luck, they are also starting to winning some points. I would love Sassuolo to win and both of your bets to come in, but I have the Alex Classic here at 1.8, both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals in the match. I think that we will see at least 3, and I hope and I really think that Torino will find those spaces in Sassuolo defense and contribute on the scoreboard. So Alex Classic for me at 1.8, banker of the week.
Yeah, Sassuolo, they're that type of like a boxer. You just don't be hitting him because you'll wake him up and you wake up the beast. It's amazing. You keep the game like dull and just mundane.
And you know that Torino have the tendency to do exactly
and that's
this.
exactly what I'm saying. And that's why I've gone with maybe even like I wouldn't put anyone off of maybe Torino halftime, Sassuolo full-time. That's why I've gone with Sassuolo to be woken up, wake up the beast, and it wins the second half. Just a straight win the second half. Now,
okay, if we have 1-1 at halftime and 2-3-1 at the final time, I'm okay with it, and we are all okay with that.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. We just don't want it to trip us up. Now, next game is Atalanta. -250, the draw at 450, plus 450. Then Sampdoria at plus 700, Alex.
Yeah, the price on Atalanta, it's very poor at 1.4. On the other side, you have Sampdoria that is coming from a shocking upset against the Lazio, 3-0 there against Immobile and Co. But we know that Immobile was not part of the team. We had Correa and Caicedo in the attack. But Sampdoria are scoring goals. Sampdoria scored also against Fiorentina. They lost against Benevento 3-2 again, shockingly. So this kind of team is very tough to predict. You know, some great results like last week against Lazio, but some poor results against the newly promoted side Benevento. They went 2 goals up and managed to lose that game 3-2. Atalanta should win this game. My lean is Atalanta and under 4.5, somewhere around 1.8. They are in between 2 Champions League games. They had great fun against Midtjylland on the road. Very, very bad weather there with a lot of rain. They produced a good football. Papu Gomez, I think that he scored the goal of the first round in Europe. I think that we'll see another classic Atalanta match.
What about Atalanta minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap? Do they win by 2 clear goals for you, Tan?
Look, my look start. There is something. The Champions League started, the European campaign has started. And you have to put that in factor. But also, there is one thing that people should keep in mind now for the rest of the next 2 months. It's the first time, it's completely unusual. Something never happened before. It's the first time we are going to play Champions League or Europa League, but especially Champions League, because in Europa League you see much more rotations. Champions League, the 6 games out of 7 weeks. Never happened before. So you see that they just travel week by week. Week on, week in, week out. They just come and go, come and go, come and go. In fact, for example, we will see in the next games, but all the Champions League teams, normally they play on Sunday. They have to play all on Saturday. It doesn't matter if they played on Tuesday or Wednesday. So you have to keep this in mind. Atalanta played greatly yesterday in Denmark. Anyway, they came back early in the hours of this morning. On Saturday, there is already this game. They will receive Ajax. You need to keep these factors in consideration. So I don't know if they really will win largely. Also because Sampdoria are showing that they can produce some goals. They can speculate but get something. So more than that, more than going on a large win of Atalanta or on Atalanta solely to win, which, as Alex said, is too poor odds, I would say, considering how maybe can start a bit fatigued, but considering also Sampdoria always is coming out along the minutes of the game, I would go more with over 1.5 goals in the second half, which is approximately at 1.65 European odds. And just to answer to some of the friends in the chat, Ian Messina is saying great show, greetings from Chile. Hola, we won. Yeah, I want to say in Chilean practically. Then there was Ibrahim Bangura saying, wow, can you believe the funny man is killing it? Ibrahim, be funny always, because in that way people won't expect you are the big one and you can surprise them. And then also there is someone that is sending arts and chef with mustache. So probably is it for Flash if it is a chef with mustache.
Okay, and you're expecting goals in the second half, but I mean, did they really have much of a game yesterday in Midtjylland? So for me, I mean, and you're expecting goals second half, so you're not expecting the fatigue to be a massive factor unless there's Sampdoria goals.
I expect defending to be more loosey, because anyway, even if they won 4-1, it was a game that didn't slip on their side. The weather was terrible. There was a storm on the pitch. And they actually started, Midtjylland was giving a good resistance at the beginning. But they wanted to destroy Midtjylland also because they were charged by losing 4-0 to Napoli. So actually they did play that game. And you have to count that, because also what happened in the last game when they start some little rotations in defense, Romero, De Pauli, it showed that they are not good enough yet to be in the starting 11. So it is to see if how much rotations will be. Mbano Ngam is saying, virtual what? My virtual boyfriends, Mbano, Flash and Alex, my virtual boyfriends, as you can see.
Yeah, also, as long as it says virtual.
Also, Raf1 Ran is watching us live from Australia. Also, Anyasha saying that Flash is -9 units on the Premier League. Also,
well, it's not really, is it? It's not. Let's get the facts right. If you're going to come out, you know what I'm like. You got to come out with the right facts. Listen, I'm having a beast in the Premiership, but it's 8.7. It's nowhere near 9.
It's not 9. Okay.
No.
8.7, not 9. Also,
exactly. But the thing is, whoa. Because the thing is, in that actual text, he says it involves
a great post.
Yeah, but no, I'm not interested in that because we all know that's factual. Okay, let's look at the actual statement. He says that this game involves a ton of math. But he says 9 units. It's not. It's 8.7. And by the way, it's Serie A.
We know that when you're young, you choose football, and maths wasn't part of your life.
I'm better at maths than I was at football.
Flash, your reaction.
Before Tan gets involved.
Flash, your reaction is what we call in Bari, in the southern Italy, we say is pepperoni is burning. When someone has a reaction.
We say that someone was fishing and here is Flash.
And it's normally me with the rod.
Yeah, exactly.
Anisha's trying to throw out the old fly early on for the trout season. Anyway, move on. Because Lazio, good or bad? With a real Lazio, please stand up. -130, draw +300, Bologna +360. Tan, Lazio were a disgrace against Sampdoria. And they were outstanding against Dortmund.
Very outstanding. I mean, it's been one of their best European performances ever. They completely swept away Borussia Dortmund. They were it was just a total game, I would say, a total way to play, pressing up front, not giving up, keeping the lines very tight, stealing possession, and was fantastic. But see, honestly, who gave too much importance to that defeat against Sampdoria? It made me smile because it seemed like they were rubbishing 4 years of Lazio after one game or after an average start. But guys, Lazio have been waiting to play in Champions League for 13 years. They had some few injuries, few in defense, but the squad is limited. But they've been waiting that game for 13 years. And it was already the most difficult game of the group. So pretty important. So it's obvious that they were distracted in Sampdoria, where actually even Immobile was suspended. I believe they will try a little rotation. They can't afford the huge rotation. They can't. They just don't have the squad. And as I said, the players are missing, are not letting to do that. Juventus, Inter, they can do that. Maybe even Napoli, but Lazio can't. But anyway, Bologna are this bunch that has been able to concede at least one goal in a streak of the last 37 games, which is the Italian all-time record. And they will concede again, but they can find also the net because, again, next week, there is already the other game in Champions League. So, as for Atalanta Sampdoria, I would go here too with the over 1.5 goals in the second half. This is not like it's a strict firm rule, but these teams coming from Champions League, their defending gets more complicated in the second half.
Yeah, listen, first of all, Anisha, I love it. I love the banter. I love the fact that you take time to type up. So please, everyone else take a leaf out of his book and join in. And this is what we love about the family. I think that Lazio and under 4.5 goals, Alex, I'm going to look at it. Maybe even Lazio win 2-0. I think they get the job done. I think I went with them last week at Sampdoria. And it was a disgrace. Gutted.
Excuse me, we talked about that Sampdoria game so much last week, and finally
I went with the value. I went with the numbers.
Yeah, the maths. Yeah, but again, the maths. Anyway, Dennis is watching us from Tanzania. Imagine that, and we thank
Is that the same as Tanzania?
Yeah, Exactly.
Yeah, I'll leave you with the maths and I'll do the English.
Yeah.
She's my cousin, Tanzania. She's my cousin.
Tanzania.
Okay, Bologna are a great team, good, decent team going forward. They have Palacio, Barrow, Orsolini, Soriano, so they are not a bad team. And I'm really afraid of this kind of team with short teams like Lazio in between two Champions League matches, and after this brilliant match against Dortmund, where they were clinical, 5 shots on goal, 3 goals, and on the other side we had Dortmund with 7 shots on goals, just 1 goal with crazy Haaland scoring match in and match out. Inzaghi did his homework against Dortmund. I think that yes, he will rotate a little bit the squad, but like Tan said, what is the rotation of the squad for Lazio? Because they don't have 30 players, 35 players, you know. They have a short amount of good players, you know. So probably he will use Immobile again, because it's good that Immobile had some free time last week in Serie A. So I think that he's on fire right now. He did a brilliant job against Dortmund, and I think that he will once again play. The Alex Classic for me, all around this match at 1.8, both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals.
Yeah, listen, I like it. I think the Lazio get the job done. It was nice to see Akpo come off the bench and score as well. Now, Cagliari at plus 100, draw plus 275, and Crotone plus 300. Happy just to put a line through this one, or have you found value, Alex?
Cagliari, I think that we are looking at goals again. Cagliari's defense is just very, very poor. And Crotone, yes, they are a team to fade. And don't get distracted by that 1-1 draw against Juventus. Just don't get distracted by that. I mean, they are organized. They will go down. This is the Cagliari's chance to win some points, because it's a game where they can win. You know, and if they are coming after that crazy 3-2 win against Torino, crazy in terms of how the things went in that match, I think that there is a chance for them to win also this one. Probably a both team to score, probably a halftime draw is also a good call for this one. Yeah, somewhere there.
Okay, no worries at all. Idris, it's great that you're joining us, and our thoughts are with you. Stay safe, and hopefully we can put a few shekels in your pocket. Tan, Cagliari at home at plus 100.
Look, you will be surprised, but actually, this is in my top 5 picks, and the odds are good, but not even extraordinary, and it's on Cagliari to win, because Crotone had a fantastic performance against Juventus, and it was the first point they grabbed in this season. I think that could have a bit filled too much their stomach, and they will not find the right motivation to be hungry enough in Cagliari, which is a pity because in Sardinia you eat fantastically. Cagliari are a strange kind, because it's not really, they are never stealing the eye. They are never so sexy to watch, but they are growing game by game. Also, Di Francesco, the manager, has completely changed his way to play, from very offensive to do what he can with what he has. And apparently this is paying. I think they will be smart enough in this game, and I think Crotone will feel like they've been softened by the draw with Juventus. So it's Cagliari to win, and it is in my top 5 picks.
What about both teams to score no?
It is a possibility. It is a possibility. I probably wouldn't go with that because I'm not certain.
Godon is playing better than in Inter. But this is one thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the other thing I was want to say is that over 1.5 goals, was it every single game last week?
Yes.
Every single game. We did say on the show that this looks like the first week to do the over 1.5.
And in terms of players, if you take them one by one, Cagliari have the better side, and most of all in the attack with Simeone and Joao Pedro there. I think that they should easily find the gaps in Crotone's defense. And I really like my Romanian Marin there in the middle. I think that he is improving, and we will see his good performance in 2-3 weeks from now.
Okay, let's move on then. It's Benevento at plus 850, draw plus 450, and Napoli at minus 275. Tan, you love Napoli.
Look, first of all, as we speak, Napoli still have to play their Europa League game against AZ Alkmaar, which I don't know. We will see. Probably I will be. I will have to backtrack after saying this, but shouldn't be that difficult because it has been shenanigan as Alkmaar had so many coronavirus cases in the last days. He wasn't sure if they were traveling. They traveled. They will play, but we will see with how peaceful in mind they will be, and they could perform in such a situation. Napoli should do at least 4 rotations in Europa League, at least 4, if not more. I saw Napoli calendar, and if I would be Gattuso, I would do an even larger rotation.
Even with the 4 rotation, they should destroy AZ Alkmaar in what conditions they are.
But what I'm saying is that if he will go on my side more than on his, and he has all titles to do it because he's the manager and I am not, and rightly so. Anyway, in that case, it would be even more. And so Napoli will be all fresh and pampered to play at Benevento on Sunday, which is good. Benevento, it's a derby for Benevento, not for Napoli, because it is a geographical derby, but obviously Napoli couldn't care less. Benevento is too little. Benevento is their game of the season is against Juventus and against Napoli. So they do care. But Benevento concede a lot. We saw against Roma, they actually played even a good first half. They went up at the beginning. They ended up losing 5-2. And Napoli got this attacking power that is on fire. So they will be, it's not this the game that will stress Napoli's player legs. So I go with Napoli being ahead. So not winning, but being ahead in both halftime and full time.
So half-time, full-time, Napoli. Benevento, I went with Roma to win and both teams to score last week. That came in. I was very happy to see Benevento score so early, Alex.
The thing is that Napoli, I believe that their main focus is to be title contenders and to fight for the Scudetto more than how much they will advance in Europa League. And this is why I think that they will be so fresh, so clean against Benevento, and they will play their game. Benevento, if you've seen, they conceded 5 goals in each games against top sides, Inter and Roma, and they are playing a style that Napoli loves. That style. You cannot go all in against Roma and Inter because they will destroy you. This will be the same thing that with Napoli. They will destroy them. Yes, they have some interesting players on loan. Falche, I think Ionita, and I think that Lapadula is in their attack. Probably they will score. Maybe they will find the back of the net. Why not? So that will even help us more with our bet here, because I'm going again. Napoli, I think that between the Italian sides right now, they have the best attacking firepower, in my opinion, this season. And they have also strikers on the bench that they can use. And so they have a big, they can do a big squad rotation today against AZ Alkmaar and be fully prepared away at Benevento. So I think that Napoli and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.7 is the play here. They scored, at least 2 goals in each match. Of course, that let's say that they lost, but they didn't lose on the pitch that game against Juventus, and still with 4 points that the federation took from them. With that defeat and the -1 from the federation, they're still equal on points with Juventus, and they scored 12 goals in 3 matches. They are absolutely amazing. That first half against Atalanta, where they beat them with their weapons, said a lot of their strength this season. So I see Napoli. I see a great battle for Scudetto this season. It's not like in the last 7 seasons with the Juventus. From the beginning, we knew that they will win the title. You know.
No, and I love the way that Benevento are just coming out having fun. It's almost like they're going down like jumpers for goalposts. It's like they're going down.
Bad. It's bad against Napoli.
But sooner or later, they've got to try and shut that back door. Now, yeah, I mean, I think Napoli. I thought Napoli -1.5 on the Asian handicap as well. But this next game, we're like 6-7 games in, and it's a 6-pointer already for me, because it's Parma at +100, draw +250, and Spezia at +275. Alex.
Oh, yeah, I think it will be a complicated match. I'm seeing an under 2.5 goals, to be honest, in this one, which is around 1.83. It's not part of my picks. Spezia some problems with coronavirus. Two of their players, and plus some other issues with injuries. But I cannot trust Parma, you know. I really can't trust Parma in here. I'm not taking anyone. I think a draw is a play also here at 3.4, but also the under is a play, or both team to score no, let's say at 2.04. But no, it's not a part of my top tips.
Okay, and what about you, Tan? Do you like Parma to get much needed 3 points?
If Spezia got an issue with some coronavirus, for Parma is even worse, because they had 7 cases along last week. The last one was literally in the last test, couple of hours before the game. Bruno Alves was revealed in the following days. Actually, the only name that has been revealed. I have to say, I have struggled to find the value in this game. The 2 games that made me struggle the most were Atalanta, Sampdoria, and this one, because Parma both are in progress of finding their identity. Parma were a defensive team that hired an offensive manager that is adjusting to fit to his defensive players. So he used his counter-attack players, Gervinho, Caramo, and it just goes in that way. Spezia are playing football. Spezia, they have a huge gap in terms of quality in the technical level of their players, but they are not getting scared or inhibited by that, and they are always trying to play their football. They went 2 goals down with Fiorentina last week after half an hour, it may be even less, and they didn't dismantled. They just said, okay, the game is long, let's work on this, and finally they clinched the draw. I think that Parma, that had to be defensive so far, because Liverani, the manager, couldn't play offensively. Now against Spezia, we'll try to dare a bit more. We'll try to get something different for his players, like testing if he can't evolution into a different kind of playing. So they won't be as tight as usual. So I would go with over 2.5 goals, which, if I'm not mistaken, got very, very high odds. In European odds should be 2.10. It's not part of my top 5 picks, but if someone is looking for a risk to take, I think this one can be.
I think it can be a 10 madness at 2.2. Huh?
No, because the 10 madness is later. For after 3 months, is back the 10 madness this week. But I'll tell you later.
Yeah, listen, they love their tan madness. Now, I think, again, in the next game, you're going to have to bring out tan madness if you're going to get involved, Tan, because it's Fiorentina at minus 135, can't keep clean sheets. I said last week their defence was an absolute joke. Draw plus 280, and Udinese at plus 400. It looks like an Alex classic all the way.
Look, not a madness spent here. Udinese finally won, and mamma mia, how much it has cost them to win last game. It was unbelievable, really. It had to be much easier, and it wasn't. I don't know if that.
Thank God that they won because of our parlay and because of
course.
Thank God. Yeah. Against a team hit by coronavirus. Wow.
Yeah, it was unbelievable against Parma. Yes, it was unbelievable. It was like that. Can be in that way. And they struggle so much. I don't know. We'll see if this really has clicked on something. But Fiorentina, the atmosphere, the environment at Fiorentina has been very tense in this week after conceding that blow to Spezia. So I believe that they will be particularly prepared for this game. Iachini's future is at stake more for the public opinion than for the club itself. The club itself actually wouldn't want to change manager. They will only if the bad results will keep coming. But I believe they will perform this time around. And so I go with Fiorentina to win, which is at, I believe, the average of 2.0 European odds. I believe this week
1.75.
Yeah, minus 135 they are, Tan.
It's dropping, but I still grab it.
Yeah, I bet you would. The big thing for me is Fiorentina, they do come out the trap. So even if you just wanted Fiorentina to win at half-time, Alex.
I think that this game has goals written all over. Over 2.5 goals at 1.9. I think that is a decent value, almost even money there. So this is the only way that I am getting involved in this match. Just a lean, but I believe that is a good value. Probably I will share it or not on my Twitter on the day of the game, but this is the only way that I would go. Because as you said, Fiorentina are very, very poor at the back. Udinese are struggling, but they still find the back of the net. They performed so bad against Parma, and thank God that they won. But over 2.5 goals, I think that great value there.
I just think Fiorentina, they score first. So look there for if you want to have your first goal scorer. And I see Fiorentina winning at half-time. Just make it a 45-minute match because I don't trust them over the 90. Now, Juventus, minus 200, draw plus 330, and Verona at plus 650, Alex. Normally, Juve would be minus 400 for this game, but there's no Ronaldo for a second week running.
I mean, I'm not getting involved with Juventus in the next 2-3 weeks. The odds are very poor. Yes, probably they will win this one by halftime. From halftime at 2.1, halftime full time. This is my lean, but I cannot really. Juventus are very, very poor right now.
Okay, and what about this coronavirus situation with Ronaldo, please, Tan?
Okay, so I'll switch to. We should take off the shirt actually and put like a serious one. I will switch into reporter side because many people are asking about what's happening with Cristiano Ronaldo. Actually, media are going crazy in Portugal and in Spain at the moment because Cristiano just a few hours ago, unofficially, from what is reported, has tested positive again. So everybody's saying, okay, so he's out of Juventus Barcelona. Record open. I can tell you this. They are actually wrong. And if I'm saying this, it's because it's bulletproof, verified with the official sources at UEFA. So the situation is like this. The protocol of UEFA is saying that within 7 days, a player must file the documentation that is out from the virus. They are not specifying in the protocol if that means being without symptoms or being negative. Probably they refer to being without symptoms. But they don't say must test negative at least 7 days before the game. What instead is not written, but it is known, is that a team is doing a test 24 hours before the game, a European game. We are talking European protocol. And a player that is coming out of positivity, if he has filed this documentation or at least 7 days before, must test negative 24 hours before the 24 hours test of his teammates. So 48 hours before the game. So the answer is actually, even if today Cristiano Ronaldo tested positive again, actually he's still not out of Juventus Barcelona, because it's enough for him to test negative 48 hours before the game, and he will be able to play the game.
Okay, excellent. So no play on the Juventus game for you?
No.
Okay.
For sure. No, you didn't ask me this. You asked me about Cristiano Ronaldo. Ask me about the
adjust.
Game. Ask me about the game.
Wait, because now he has to return.
Ask me about the game.
Oh, okay.
I switch.
What am I'm dealing with one of the superheroes here that he has to go and get changed again?
Almost. Ask me about the game. Ask me again.
Okay, Juventus minus 200, draw plus 330, and Verona at plus 650.
Are you ready for the Tan Madness? The Tan Madness is back. After 3 months, the Tan Madness is back. And actually, I saw that someone in the chat was already spotting that. Because Juventus is still not clear at what they are playing. It's still not clear. They are throwing players with quality in. Once is Kulusevski, another time is Chiesa, but Chiesa will be missing now because he had a red card against Crotone. And actually, even if he didn't score, but the action that gave the goal against Crotone came from Chiesa. The goal that unblocked the game against Dinamo Kiev came from Chiesa. So it is difficult anyway for Juventus to find that way. But they have enough quality. And also, Verona were very, very disappointing in their game against Genoa. Genoa was just completely taken over by all the coronavirus cases they had, and still they were able to draw near. So my Tan Madness, given by the fact also that Juventus came back from Kiev, they have Juventus-Barcelona on Tuesday, which is the only thing that matters for them at the moment. I don't know if Verona will be able to draw, but the Tan Madness is going with draw at the half time and Juventus to win in the full time, and taken in this way, depends what you find, but the average is 4.50 European odds. And as you said, Flash, that I'm always a squirrel that is just speculating on these things and saying, no, I want the little odds. This is actually is part of my top 5 picks. So no squirreling.
Lovely. We like that, no squirreling. By the way, just to let everyone know, I am doing a Genoa Inter game, but when I was writing up the graphics and that, there was no prices available. So we will be doing that. That will be the last game, but there won't be a graphic running along the bottom.
There was no light in the office, and he forgot to write it down.
No, that wasn't the case. Basically, it was just all over the shop. So I said to myself, I would just wait for it to settle, and then I will add it at the end. But before that, and I will put it on the timestamp, so don't worry, it will be on there. Milan minus 135, draw plus 250, and Roma at plus 200. And I just see that Rob Michael says, is Milan to win the league at 7-1 worth my money? Well, Rob, if you joined the Futures show about 5 or 6 weeks ago, you could have had Milan at 25-1, and you could have had them at 6-1 to be in the top 3. Over to you, Tan.
I still not believe and can't believe
I
it
don't
will
care
happen.
what you believe. I don't care.
Yeah,
Buy
yeah,
25 to
of
1
course,
ticket,
of course,
and
of course.
honestly, I'll dance round here with me top off.
You are the king of the night in the moment. It's absolutely, you deserve that. I have to say at the same time, I couldn't believe that Lazio could fight until the end for the title last year, and actually they were able to do that. So it can happen, but I don't believe that. This actually, aside the fact that it's the game of the week in Serie A, it's on Monday night because they both play on Thursday night, tonight in Europa League. A much more difficult fixture for Roma at Celtic than for Milan at Celtic than for Roma at Young Boys in Switzerland. But I think that this game, much more, which is, I know it's strange to think, but much more than the derby, is gonna tell some truth about who Milan really are. In the derby, it's easy to find motivations. Plus, Milan were coming from 4 years of 8 consecutive derbies without winning. That was a massive, massive brick on their shoulders. And Ibrahimovic and Inter tactical failures hard to heal that. Now against Roma is different because they have a pretty structured team that actually is an underdog. Nobody was tipping them, but they were close to beat Juventus. They are coming out from problems and they are doing in style. So it's true that they have lost Smalling for 1 month for ankle sprain. But anyway, Roma, the fact of not having the spotlight on them, I think it's helping them. So this game is going to be a reality check for Milan. And I don't think that they will be able to keep this all wins record they have so far. Because Roma are pretty solid when they know they have to play solid. Milan got some troubles to open up good opponents who played solid, so who don't play with open playing. And because I think this fixture at Celtic and the fallout of what happened in Derby, that finally for them filled the stomach, I feel that it's going to slow them down a bit. So I go, and they are very good odds, and it's part of my top 5 picks, with double chance, draw and Roma to win, and it is approximately at 1.70 European odds.
Yeah, that's it. Get the squirrel back out.
Squirrel back? Oh my God! You are suggesting over 0.5 goals.
I'm going with Milan all the way. What are you talking about? Hunger, belief, confidence, energy, everything you want to see from a proper outfit. Listen, they are looking so good. I'm going with them all the way. I'm going with Milan to win and over 2.5 goals, Alex.
I'm just going with the squirrel over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.68. I'm not taking any part in this match. I will not be involved in the winners market. Yeah, it will be a great game to watch, but I fancy more. I'm on Tan's part more than in your part here. I think that we can see draw with goals, but a 2-2 draw kind of game, you know. Or Dzeko and company might clinch it at 2-1, you know. I hope that you're right with Milan because they are the most consistent team right now in Serie A, and I hope that they can keep it this way. But it will, you know, that it will be difficult when Juventus will come back in a great form when they will meet Inter. When okay, they met Inter and they won against Inter, but when they will play against Napoli, Atalanta, and so on, the season is long. They have Europa League. This is my only problem here. If they didn't have Europa League, I think that things would be easier. Of course, that it will never be easy. But yeah, they look like contenders for the Scudetto. They have energy, they have consistency, they have a coach on the pitch and also another one outside the pitch. So it's very important. They have young players, they have experienced players. So it's a great combination. Çalhanoğlu, I don't know, what do you know, Tan, about Çalhanoğlu not missing this game? Because this is very important for Milan.
No, he's not going to be in this game. He's not going to be in this game. It's not clear still for how long he will be out, but he should not be. He should not recover before 1 week. So it's still not clear. But anyway, hardly. Today is Thursday. The news of his injury came 2 days ago.
Tuesday, yes.
Yes, 2 days ago.
Okay. Listen.
So, yeah.
I think we're going to have to sort something out. I don't want Atalanta to be mentioned in the same breath as the mighty Milan for the Scudetto, okay? It's not right. It's not right. You talk about Atalanta when you talk about Crotone or you talk about Parma or Spezia.
Okay, now I'm leaning more towards Tan's bet.
You're so spiteful. You're so spiteful. Now, okay, here we go. I just said to you a minute ago, we're going to be doing the Genoa Inter game, and then obviously either you've just arrived, which is no problem at all because you can go back and watch the game. But we've got, and I know Fab, don't worry, there's no graphic for this one, so you just relax. It's Genoa at plus 700, the draw plus 360, and Inter at minus 225. Alex, Genoa double chance. Can you trust Inter, especially after what we saw yesterday?
Yeah, I can trust Inter because Champions League is not made for Inter. They have many problems in Champions League, and we've seen yesterday their problems. But it's brilliant how well they came back from in that last minutes of the game to win 1 point with Romelu Lukaku being.
Well, they've got a top striker, haven't they? They've got a top striker.
40 goals in 56 matches for Inter. This is just unbelievable. This guy is unreal. Yes, they will have some injury issues, and we've seen that yesterday with Hakimi missing. They are missing also Alexis Sanchez for this match against this match against Genoa. But Hakimi is that piece of the puzzle that is required for Inter's great results. I still think that Inter will bounce back. Is on my top picks. Yes, halftime, full-time Inter at even money at 2.0 with Romelu Lukaku again being on the scoreboard.
Okay, yeah, he's absolutely flying, and all credit to him. Tan, do we see Genoa getting anything out of this game?
Look, I don't trust Inter, actually. I think you are
a big Inter fan, not to trust Inter.
No, you can't trust them
because this is why.
No.
I wanted to.
No. Shush. Because I think you are unfair when you say that Champions League is not something for Inter. But there is one thing is not in place. And it is that they are always conceding goals in the same way. Always. The way they've considered. I criticized yesterday and today what Inter did against Borussia, Gladbach, and many Inter fans replied me back saying I was unfair. But the thing is that even if they said, so few shots on goal from Mönchengladbach, but the way they've considered goals with Fiorentina, with Benevento, with Milan, and with Gladbach was always the same, always an unbalanced midfield, always leaving exposed the defense. This time there were more players in the right place than against Milan. Hakimi is a huge missing, although Darmian, I think, can be good enough, but just Hakimi is a different kind of player. It's a different class of player, obviously. But the thing is that it seems like Antonio Conte is struggling to fix this solidity from the midfield back, this protection. Seems like he can't create without conceding a lot. And Inter, after drawing against Gladbach is in a tough position because Real Madrid lost, so everything is under discussion in that group. They have a tough travel to Ukraine next week, and they have to stay focused on that. After missing to win against Mönchengladbach, they must win in Ukraine, and I think they will be distracted by that. They always anyway find the net, but for example, Alexis Sanchez is injured, so he can't give time to rest to Lukaku. So they will have to play Lukaku again. Inter, obviously easy for them to find the goal, but Genoa can have at least a chance to find once the net. So I go with both teams to score, and it's part of my top 5 picks.
Okay, listen, I couldn't agree more. But the thing is, let's have a look at these tips, please, Fabian. Here we go. So Alex's picks is Inter half-time, full-time at +100. Sassuolo, Alex Classic, -125, I guess that is, with 2 stars.
Yes.
That's your banker. Lazio, Alex Classic, -125. Napoli and over 2.5 goals.
1.7.
1.7. Milan over 2.5 at -145. Sassuolo just to win the game, squirrel, at -195. Genoa, both teams to score in the game, -135. Roma double chance, -135. Cagliari, -110. Sorry for the interference there. And Juve draw. Full-time, a draw. It should be draw half-time, win full-time.
What you're doing with those graphics?
I'm having a nightmare with these graphics.
What you're doing with it? Also, Sassuolo is a banker for Tancredi, and he didn't put it at 2 stars.
No, he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me it was a banker.
Yeah. In that case, he's right, Alex.
Thank you.
Right.
Listen
but
to
you
him,
should read in the stars that this is his bank.
Yeah, exactly. Get the tea leaves out. Milan and over 2.5. Milan to win and over 2.5 at 210 plus 210. Now that's squirrelness. Lazio to win and under 4.5 goals at +120 is my banker, and Sassuolo to win the second half alone, -125, and Atalanta -1.5 on the Asian handicap at +105. Gentlemen, we need a 2-team parlay. The parlay.
I think it's easy for the 2-team parlay. I think it's very easy. I don't know. I will give you my 2 selections, and if you want to take them, take them. Sassuolo, Torino over 2.5, Milan, Roma over 2.5, just like that.
Do you like that, Tan?
I go with Sassuolo, Torino, Sassuolo to win, and Genoa, Inter, both teams to score.
Genoa, I'm not having that one. Genoa,
you are not having that one?
Yeah, what about we have Sassuolo just to win the game? Do we like that, Alex?
Yeah, certainly. Well, how many you wanted from me? 1 or 2?
I don't really want anything from you, to be honest.
Goodbye.
Your record in Serie A is so this. I'd rather you got the cleaning lady on the phone when we do the parlays.
But she can't fly over there to do also your.
Where there's Zoom nowadays, there's Zoom. So we're going to go with Sassuolo, Torino over 2.5 goals. Yeah.
Yes.
And okay, and we're going to go with Genoa and Inter at both teams to score.
Yeah,
simple.
For me, yeah.
Well, that's it. Sassuolo over 2.5 goals, and Genoa both teams to score. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we will notify you. You'll never miss any content again. Also, press the link in the description. It will take you over to articles where there's parlays at +250, +350. Just go over there and enjoy yourself. Remember, in about half an hour, we've got the Bundesliga show, completely different to Serie A. We say it's like a burger joint with all the goals. Last week, they're mostly unders. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Listen, it's been great. Good banter, good picks. Alex, Tan, I'll see you again. Go and put your makeup on, and I'll see you in about half an hour.
Half an hour, guys.
Half an hour, mate.
Everyone else, have a great weekend, and may all your winners include Milan. Take care.